You look at the clock on your wall, or you scroll past someone online who is younger than you and already making millions, and suddenly your chest tightens up. You are hit with this quiet, heavy panic that you are somehow failing at life. You tell yourself you should be further along by now. You should have landed that dream job, bought that house, or figured your life out. And every passing calendar page feels like a silent reminder that your time is running out. You end up living in a constant rush, hurrying through your mornings and lying awake at night, feeling like a runner in a race where everyone else got a 10-mile head start. By the time you finish this video, you will understand the hidden mental trap driving this constant panic, and you will learn how to finally make peace with time starting today. To break out of this constant rush, we have to look at why you feel like you are always running out of daylight. Because the truth is, time is not actually moving faster. Your mind is just caught in a toxic trap of comparison. Psychologists call this time anxiety, that nagging, obsessive fear that you are never accomplishing enough in the hours you have. But if you look beneath the surface of that fear, you will realize you are not actually afraid of time itself. You are afraid of an invisible deadline created by other people. Ever since you were young, society handed you an artificial timeline. You were told you need to graduate by a certain age, hit your career peak by another, and have everything figured out before a specific birthday. So when your real life does not align with that imaginary schedule, your brain treats it like a personal failure. You end up comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20, turning your entire life into a desperate sprint against an imaginary clock. If you want to see what this obsession looks like when it takes over a human soul, look at Eren Yeager in Attack on Titan. The moment Eren discovers how limited his remaining lifespan is and the massive burden on his shoulders, he becomes completely consumed by a ticking clock. He lives in a state of frantic, desperate urgency, believing he has to secure his vision of freedom before his time expires. But in that desperate rush to beat the clock, he stops noticing the quiet moments around him. He pushes away the people who love him, and he turns his entire existence into a brutal war zone. He ends up becoming a prisoner of the very future he was trying so hard to control, destroying his own peace today just to beat tomorrow's deadline. Eren's story reveals a dark psychological truth. When you view time as an enemy chasing you down, every single day becomes a panic-filled struggle. You stop living in the present because your mind is constantly projecting 5 years into the future, fighting battles that have not even happened yet. You throw away the joy of where you are right now, just to reach a finish line that keeps getting pushed further away. Stop looking at your life as a race you are somehow losing. Start measuring your days by how deeply you actually live them. This single shift changes the way you experience every hour of your life. The ancient Greeks actually had 2 different words for time, chronos and kairos. Chronos is the mechanical, ticking time on your watch, the seconds and minutes slipping away. Kairos is qualitative time, the depth, meaning and presence you bring to a moment. Time anxiety happens when you get trapped entirely in chronos, measuring your self-worth by a ticking clock instead of the richness of your experiences. The next time that cold rush of panic hits your chest, catch the narrative running in your mind and flip the script. When your inner voice tells you, "I am running out of time and everyone is leaving me behind," interrupt that thought and tell yourself, "I am moving on my own timeline, and my growth cannot be rushed by someone else's schedule." When you think, "I should be further along by now," remind yourself, "I'm exactly where I need to be to build the foundation for what comes next." That simple reframe strips the artificial clock of its power. Think about how differently your days feel when you swap constant urgency for quiet patience. In a state of frantic urgency, your mind is perpetually stressed, your choices are impulsive, and every minor delay feels like a catastrophe. But with grounded patience, you remember that nature never rushes, yet everything gets done on time. An oak tree does not panic because a bamboo stalk grows faster. Real, lasting success needs deep roots, and roots take time to grow in the dark. When you stop fighting the clock, you reclaim the massive amount of mental energy you used to waste on panic. You wake up without that heavy weight in your chest. You focus on what is right in front of you with calm clarity, and you realize you were never behind in the first place. You were just trying to run a race that was never yours to begin with. 2,000 years ago in ancient Rome, the Stoic thinker Seneca wrestled with this exact same anxiety. In his famous writing on the shortness of life, He wrote a single line that cuts straight through our modern panic. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it were all well invested. Seneca saw that life does not feel short because the clock moves too fast, but because we waste our precious energy worrying, comparing, and living in a future that has not happened. The cure for time anxiety is not to move faster. It is to slow down and actually inhabit the moment you have right now. Take a deep breath. Let go of the urge to rush your journey. Leave a comment below about a milestone you felt pressured by, and subscribe to join us on the next step.